Russell here with Grimster Gaming, and I'm back with a very special video from a good friend and fellow YouTuber, JPStyles85. He was kind enough to make a room tour video for my new series, and he wants to share with you, my viewers, all of his gaming collection, and my goodness does he have a lot. So I'll make this quick. Basically, if you guys would like to have your game room featured on my channel, just send me an email or a comment below. I will put my information there so you guys can get a hold of me. And if you're in the Phoenix area, then I would be more than happy to come out to you and we could work on it together. If you're a little bit farther away, maybe someday I'll make it out to that area, or we can always do things over the internet. So guys, let me know if you're interested. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with JP's video. Thanks guys.
Hello everyone, JPStyles85 here, and I'm on Grimster Gaming YouTube channel, and I'm here to show you my room tour all the way from Australia. Okay guys, this is my PlayStation 1 collection. I have no idea how many's in here. I think it has to be over 100. About 20 or 30 of them are Japanese. It's hard to show you guys all at once here, but I do have your typical games like Resident Evil 1, 2. I don't have number 3, I don't think. Gran Turismo's, Dooms, I've got Alien Trilogies, Fear Effect. Just trying to go through them all. Obviously all the Crash Bandicoots, Kadulka, however you say that one. God, so many games. Tony Hawk, Ace Combat 3. So many games there guys on the PS1. I'll give you a good look. So many great games, and all on the PS1. Sorry, you probably won't read half the titles with the reflection, but obviously they're stacked well back. Many good games even hidden in the back. Alright. Area 51. Resident Evil is somewhere buried somewhere around here guys, but as you can tell, it's all buried, but plenty of PlayStation 1. Awesome, one of my favourite systems of all time. Okay, PlayStation 1 games, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot 2, Final Fantasy 6, which I do recommend playing, that's a really good one. Final Fantasy 7, Raidon, really good shoot 'em up, that's a Japanese one. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. My personal favourite, because I was a wrestling fan back in the day, WWF Warzone and Metal Gear Solids. One's the Japanese and one's the European. Okay, so we're just moving on to the other side of my bookshelf here, which is the PlayStation 3 collection. I don't have any particular order. I'm not one of those people that have a clean, clinical library of games, but here we go. I've got plenty of PlayStation 3 games from Silent Hill, which I do love. We'll go through it together actually. So I don't know how many games. Once again, I did do a video, probably pushing the 200 mark, probably pushing near the 200 mark on PlayStation 3 games. Quite a few RPGs that I've picked up in recent times. This is my latest pickup for only $8. I already have it on PlayStation 4. Not a huge fan of that game, but for $8, why not? Huge fan of Formula 1 racing. Fear, not a bad series. Folklore, must have, but unfortunately no trophies for it. God of War's there. Just skimming through. Yeah, Mirror's Edge. Haven't played the new one. There's Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. That one's brand new in a wrapper. Persona 4. And so many more games stacked at the back. Just loose discs of recorded media. Pop vinyls, I've got 3 of them, but only 2 displayed. Bret the Hitman Hart, and I've got Fallout with Brotherhood of Steel. This is my digital multimeter, so when I do project repairs. So we'll check out PlayStation 4. Got quite a few titles over the last 3 years. Hopefully I haven't lost anything. There we are, beauty. And oh, go over this way. More PlayStation 4 tearaway packs. These are a bit more of the big cardboards. I'll try not to get too many special editions because they just cost extra money, and that was my old camera that I used for YouTube for quite some time. Quickly having a look over here, the Xbox One collection. It's going to be a very small collection. It's not the system of choice, but I do enjoy Xbox One. I'm not dissing them. I think that it's a great system. I'm going to try and more stick to exclusives, but if there's cheap games, like I just picked up Batman, that was like really cheap, so I thought get that one. Not a whole lot, but obviously got some racing car games that I'm interested in, and Halo. Hey guys, so I'm on the PlayStation 2 games. We have very boring labels on the spines, mostly white labeled, unlike the North American, which they have a better print. You know, they have different colors and whatnot. Very good system. Obviously they had tons and tons of games, and I can't really think of off the top of my head because there's so many games that I got in here. I got some Japanese games. I got more PlayStation 2 games stacked in a cupboard. I probably easily have 400 titles on the PlayStation 2. So I'll just have a quick look. So Futurama, Star Wars, Okami. So many great titles here. You could probably tell. Fatal Frame. North Americans will know. Oops, wrong ones. Will know it's Fatal Frame. Very good games. Quake 3 was solid. Red Faction was great. Resident Evil, that's awesome. Code Veronica X. Dreamcast port, obviously. The Rocky game, I do like Rocky and Stallone. That was a decent title back in the day. Spyros, I don't think they were that great on this system. MotoGP, that was a personal favourite of mine back in the day. Metal Gear Solids, oh, Metal Slug, yep, awesome. Metal Gear 2, 3, Killzone, Kessen, that was good. Haunted Ground, that was pretty solid if you like your horrors. God, so many good games, eh? Like shoot 'em ups there. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City's the best. Gran Turismo 4s, God of Wars. Did miss one up here. That's a good shoot 'em up here, guys. That's a good shoot 'em up. This one is cool because this one has the factory seal. Going down here, heaps of titles, plenty of wrestling. X Squad was good. Yakuza 2 was good. Zone of the Enders is good. And then I've got a lot of Japanese imports as well. I've probably got about 100 or so of these. Not so much here because, like I said, some are stacked in a cupboard, but you get a rough idea. Bomberman Land 2. And obviously to play those games you need a system, and this one will do it. It can play PlayStation 2, PS1 Japanese games. This is the rare PSX console that was exclusive to Japan only. So obviously I had to import this one. I ended up buying this as an intention to pull it apart and try and repair, because this was deemed as broken or not working, but it happened to work, so there was no dramas with it really. Probably the only problem is the foam in here, so it doesn't really hold the disc when it ejects. It nearly fires it out, spits it back at you. Over here is just a random PlayStation 3 console. Down there, I'm a fan of Formula 1. It's so dusty. That's the only part I haven't dusted because these cars are quite brittle, but I'll probably get a paintbrush and do that. Tucked away down the bottom here, I've got a couple of Super Nintendo Entertainment Systems. That's a Sega Genesis. That's a repair project. There is the Mega Drive and Mega CD. That one is in rough shape. That was a repair project, I think. Sega Saturn. That one is the North American Saturn. See, some of these need to be cleaned up. And down below is the Japanese Model 1. Over there I got my Thrustmaster steering wheel. It's a pretty solid steering wheel for a cheap budget price. No, I do not use this as an editor. I think this is rubbish. It's just a box sitting there. 2 Vectrex consoles. Okay, one gaming system I wanted to get a full set on was the Sega Saturn PAL copies. Unfortunately, I had to quit on that because I'm only down to like the last 30 odd games for completion, but it's getting too expensive to collect retro games. I'm very happy of what I've got, so I think I've kind of given up collecting on the Sega Saturn. You know, I've come a long way over probably 4 or 5 years of just slowly building that library, but unfortunately it's come to an end because the games are just getting so ridiculous. But one of my favorite childhood systems of all time, loved Tomb Raider, played it numerous times as a teenager. Same as Alien Trilogy. Sega Rally is probably my personal all-time favorite. So many decent titles here. Darius, you know, if that was one game you thought I'll need to try on the Saturn, that's definitely one of them. Daytona USA, definitely go for it. Burning Rangers is another. Obviously Guardian Heroes. Obviously you gotta have the Sonics. Shinobi 10 or X. Oh, a couple more copies of Rallies there. So just over 200 guys. Panzer Dragoon and Dragoon 2 Knights. I do have Saga. Okay, so there's 2 rows, so over 200 titles. Down here is a very small vinyl record collection. Here is a few retro gaming magazines. From about here onwards, they're all Laserdisc movies. Yeah, so this is where it gets really rough in my collection because space and storage is a problem. Up here I've got the Hitman glasses from the .off wrestling days. This is my PlayStation Vita collection. I have Sonic 3. I think that's the Tiger games. This one is the PSP Go, which is pretty shit. Right here is the 3DS, this older, smaller model. If I just carefully stack in there. And this is the XL, that's the new model with the analog stick, which is shit. PSP collection, got an awesome library. Well, I've only got about 50 or 60 games, but quite a lot of solid titles in there. Other than FIFA 06, I think I ended up getting that with a console, like a console deal. Hang on, what's this? Discs. Oh, they're just recorded medias. So untidy, this section here. I even got bars of soap and toothpaste in here. I don't know why, but that is the Wii U. If I made a noise with the microphone, I must have hit it. I do have more Wii games, but I happened to pick this up pretty recently. So Zelda, this one was a garage sale pickup. Really boring game, but very popular on the old YouTube views. This one is the older model of the Vita. A little bit of dust there. This is my very tiny Dreamcast collection. System I don't collect for. Wish I probably did, but you know, it's always time and money. So I kind of neglected the Dreamcast because I wanted to collect the Saturn. Lots of odds and ends. I got real mess there. I apologize for this. Skylander toys, Vectrex games in boxes. They're just shoved there. No love. I do love them, but they seem like there's no love for them. The wall of amiibos, all up there. Sometimes they fall down occasionally. In my Saturn collection, I got checklists. It's gonna hit the floor. Great. What have we got? Sonic comic books. I did collect them as a kid, and then I started buying a couple more editions within the last. More comic books. And this is a really old magazine. I had to pick this one up. September issue 1984. Not really exciting magazines. Probably the most exciting are the front and back covers. I do have a Sega SC3000H model, and that is the computer for it. And another magazine, this one is April 1985, and that one is June 1985. So I had to get those magazines, so I sort of keep them. Okay guys, so I'm sitting on the floor, so continuing on with my mess. Unfortunately, it's not a tidy room, as I said before. So I just got my own little stereo system there, and got my own vinyl record player just up there. Just tiny speakers, but it's only a small room. But I enjoy listening to vinyl music. I could play music CDs, and you can Bluetooth off your phones or whatever you want to do. Just random, just storage more than my plan was to set up 6 systems all plugged in, powered up, all connected to a TV set, and I can just jump on whatever system. But I failed big time on that. I've got a rat's nest of cables right behind here. It's probably a fire danger. Anyway, so another Sega Saturn system. We'll get closer and show you what I've got. I've got that many Saturn systems. PlayStation 3. I thought I gave this a dust, and now it's all friggin' dusty again. It's disgusting. Master System. There's some power cables and whatnot. Saturn controller. That's the old school style there. No, actually, I have not dusted that, as you could just see. Yeah. At least I'm honest, guys. Another Super Nintendo console. Another Master System there. Don't ask me why I'm playing golf. Know a lot of you guys hate sports. NES. I'm using the crappier version, so it's got a bit of yellow on this one. But just giving that a... Oh, there goes a controller. And 3 PlayStation 2 Fats stacked on top of one another. Right here is my editing system, so I won't tell you exactly the specs, and you might complain about cable management, all you PC fucking master race wankers, but this is pretty solid stuff, including a solid state drive. Where is he there? And I'm using a traditional hard drive. Got some RAM and all that, and pretty decent processing chip. Graphics card is reasonable. My brother built this for me, and that's where I do my video editing. Okay, just under here I got my little Sony Blu-ray player. It's just a cheap player that I could just quickly play Blu-ray movies. I don't have a big collection. It just looks bigger than what it really is, but to movie buffs and all that, that is pretty tiny. But I do enjoy Blu-ray quality movies over DVDs. Right here is a very rare development system, the Sega Saturn Sophia. So it's a big programming box. I've got a lot of stuff jammed down the side, all the Saturn memory cards. Down here, what do we have? More Saturn consoles. Underneath is a Mega Drive 2. You might know it as a Genesis. I've got another Master System shoved in the side. That was a video that I made down the track. The problem was that the button was broken, but I powered on by making my own switch. Bit of a toggle switch. What have I got jammed in there? I got another Saturn. I think it's so hard to see, isn't it? But quite a few more Saturn consoles, I think, jammed down the back. That's a Wii U. Just up here, I got the Xbox One. Don't use it a whole lot. PlayStation 4, I've used it quite frequently over the last 3 years. PlayStation 3 stacked there, charger cables. My ever reliable old friend of mine, the Blu-ray recorder, sitting on top there. I've had that for quite a few years. That's a repair project. I'm happy playing Laserdisc movies. Over there, got a stack load of Sega Mega Drive games down there. Oh yeah, here we go, more PlayStation 2s. Chock-a-block. Yeah, more stuff in there. Game Gears, PC games shoved in the back. And down there, more gaming hardware. I think there's Saturns, Wii's, maybe PlayStation 2 consoles again. Here is my $10 iMac computer. It's about an 11-year-old computer, but I picked that up at a garage sale for 10 bucks. And just for now, Xbox original console just sitting on the floor randomly. Shitty brand TV, but just happy to have a cathode ray tube television set. Only a 50Hz power, guys. So I've got Lynx games, the handheld system. Not very exciting to go through, but got quite a few games. What have we got there? Sega Mega CDs, North American Saturn. Tucked in there is Saturn magazines, DVDs, mostly wrestling, I think. Game Chaser DVDs. One of them is from Grimster. I got some Famicom games. I got about 100 of them from Japan, so really awesome. That here is all the Wii games and a couple of GameCube games. They're just color coordinated boxes. Just a couple more things I want to show. I got the massive Yarn Yoshi, Fallout Anthology, or mostly Fallout games on PC. That's discs that's in the nuclear bomb there. You can press a button somewhere around, yeah, that one there, and it has a sound effect, so that's really cool. And just having a look at my glass display cabinet. So that's the Metal Gear Solid 5 Special Edition, and the bionic arm and the controller. Going down to the next level. These are brand new. Obviously they've been pulled out of the box, but brand new, never been powered up. So Uncharted. Down here is kind of like my rare specialty games. Clock Tower, Shin Megami Tensei, Devil's Summoner. Over the back, some Sega Saturn stuff. So Deep Fear, Panzer Dragoon Saga, Shining Force 3. And this one is Bayonetta, the Climax Edition, and that's brand new. And then just down here, I've kind of collected the controllers a little bit. So I just got some Army 1, like an Army camouflage. White controller, 20th anniversary, PlayStation 4. I really want that console. Star Wars. I ended up getting this from Asia. And over the back behind here, I've got two PS3 Slim consoles. Okay guys, so I'm just going into a spare room and I have more tubs of gaming stuff, so let's check them out real quick. Oh, that's an empty one. Awesome. Move him out of the way. What have we got here? We've got toys, wrestling toys, Skylanders. Down the bottom here, look, more stuff. N64 controllers. Oh shit, even more PlayStation 1s. Consoles. So there's, oh yeah, it might be about 2 or 3 of them stacked there, the grey consoles. DS's, Xbox. You're probably wondering where's my Xbox collections. Well, we'll keep going through these tubs just over here 1 second. But what have we got? PlayStation 3 console, another one just sitting there. Disney Infinity. More stuff. Diecast toys. Well, that's the Xbox one. I got the big 1/18 scale of the Ford Falcon. More games in there. Oh my god, heaps. I don't want to dig them out, guys, but Master System games. It's so shameful that I've got to do that, but I don't think I'll bother digging through, guys. I think you got a rough idea of the room tour. And there's even more stuff in the back room, opposite end of the house. So, you know, I've got like a Commodore machine. This is the area where I do some repair projects. Xboxes, Saturns, Atari 2600s. Saturns, PlayStations, more PlayStations, Japanese Saturn. In this box, yeah, this is where I've got all the Commodore. What is it, VIC 20? That's what it is. Commodore VIC 20. I don't know anything about them, eh? So, really old school stuff. Big power supply and brick. I think that's about it, guys. So this is in the garage. Oh, this is the one, the dangerous fucking power supply in this thing, eh? That one is lethal. I am working on it, but I'm keep popping fuses and all that type of stuff. It's pretty dangerous project actually. So that's about it. We're in the garage here finishing off. A lot of storage of other stuff. Here I might try and do a studio, but so I've got a big green screen or a black screen at the moment. I've got green, black and white cloths. They're up on these proper poles and you can clip on them. So maybe down the track I might do some game shows in this garage. God, come over here guys. Ugh, kind of a bit messy area. This is where I did sort of mucked around on building my own arcade, so I ended up buying like a bit of timber and all that type of stuff, and unfortunately it fell apart on me ages ago. But it was one of those Jammer 60-in-1 games or whatever it is. Did wire this beast up pretty cool. I'll have to rebuild it again. There's some power supply and all that. Was pretty cool project. Put it on a TV LCD screen and that, and didn't well, one day I was going to do a 2-player, but I might restart that one day. There's the other half where I cut a hole and hot glue gunned it and put the speaker in the side. Yeah, so that's about it. So hopefully you enjoyed the room tour of JPStyles85. Over to you, Grimster. Thanks for watching.
Well guys, I hope you enjoyed JPStyles85's game room tour. I consider it more of a game house. What an awesome collection, huh? He's got games, systems, just about anything that you could think of this guy has, and he's very knowledgeable and has a lot of passion in his collecting. I highly suggest you guys check out his channel. It's JPStyles85. I'll put a link in the description down below. And thank you so much, JP. What an awesome video. I have to thank you so much. Really, really top-notch video. And if you guys out there would like to have your video featured on my channel, please leave me a comment below, or I will actually link my email in the description. So thank you very much for watching this video here, and as always, game on.